Okay, we actually I was thinking, I was sitting, means there is a one biggest reason that Second World War. Very few people know that what was the reason of the Second World War. The reason of the Second World War was the colony. Few countries they were making the world as their colony. Few countries like United Kingdom, and then Netherlands, and then France. There were three countries who were making this world as their colony. This is what the drama they were doing. Okay, three countries: United Kingdom, France, and Netherlands. Wherever you see, this is a Dutch. This is a Dutch colony. Oh, I'm sorry. There is a Spanish and Portugal also. Spain, Portugal, France, Dutch, and in United Kingdom. These five countries, they were busy in making full world as their colony, full world. If I talk about India, then British colony. If I talk about the southeastern India, Indian subcontinent, southeastern Asia, then it was a French colony. If I talk about Indonesia, then it was a Dutch colony. If I talk about Malaysia, then it was a British colony, like that. Okay, it was in that fashion. If I talk about Australia, I believe again it was related to British only. New Zealand, means full earth they made as a colony. There were two countries they were suffocating in that fashion, and that were Italy and Germany. Germany and Italy they could not make much expansion the way these countries were making, and then finally revolt happened, and that revolt resulted in Second World War. And in Second World War, these countries they tried to show, Germany especially, Germany and Italy, they tried to show these countries, UK, Spain, and Portugal, that you are not very powerful. If you can control over the world, then I can control over you. This is how Second World War started. If your neighbor is expanding, then you will come under the pressure of your neighbor. This is human tendency. And that's how Italy and Germany they started the war. There is one more country that got allied to them called Axis power as Japan, because Japan falls in Pacific Ocean, and Pacific Ocean region was being controlled by the European, and that became very red with the Japan, especially like especially like Hawaii. Hawaii was being controlled by the United States. Hawaii Island. Okay, and then Philippines, and then Vietnam. This region means all those who falls in Pacific Ocean, along the Pacific Ocean, Australia, Papua New Guinea, all had American air base and those kind of things. So whatever Japanese is seeing in Pacific Ocean, all are being occupied by European only. So Soviet United States was being ruled by the European people only. Most or less, the Pacific Ocean came under control of European people only, and that became red with the Japan also. So more or less, three countries who were facing the severe threat from the European Union expansion or European countries expansion, these three countries revolted actually. Germany, Italy, and Japan. Now, question is arising when Japan was trying to liberate Pacific Ocean from the European people. Japanese forces they went along and they chased away all the Britishers or whoever they were taking control. They chased away from the Vietnam, they chased away from the Philippines, they chased away from the Papua New Guinea, Indonesia, Malaysia, till the Andaman Nicobar Island. Wherever they found these Britishers, they chased them away, claiming this region belongs to Japan. Now, question is arising: who owns Pacific Ocean? Who owns Pacific Ocean? Who owns Indian Ocean? India owns Indian Ocean. All over the Indian Ocean, if I see north part of Indian Ocean, all over it is India. From the Saudi Arabia to the Vietnam. Full it is Indian Ocean and it belongs to Indian subcontinent. And that's how it is Indian subcontinent. People look similar. And on everyone's head, Himalaya is there. Different altitude, but Himalaya is there. Question is arising: who owns Pacific Ocean? So along the Pacific Ocean, if we see, then Philippines falls in Pacific Ocean, and in Indian subcontinent, Vietnam falls in Pacific Ocean. That side, eastern part of Vietnam. China, full China falls in Pacific Ocean. Japan falls in Pacific Ocean. Otherwise, Siberia, more or less, I can say Pacific Ocean or the Arctic Ocean. Then Australia faces the Pacific Ocean. Otherwise, all this country, Papua New Guinea, they face the part of Pacific Ocean. Southern part is Indian Ocean, northern part is Pacific Ocean. Okay, Indian Ocean goes Indian in I believe Indian Ocean or whatsoever, or there is a boundary there near Papua New Guinea, Indian Ocean or Pacific Ocean. That's why till Papua New Guinea, India is there. India means Indian Ocean. Anyway, and then Pacific Ocean goes toward the eastward, and then it hits the Hawaii Island, and then meanwhile it goes through the Micronesia, Polynesia, and this country, Melanesia, and then it hits the full Southern America. Full America, Northern America and Southern America is western part. It Pacific Ocean hits means full Northern America and Southern America, Australia, and then few part of the Indian subcontinent, other side of Indian subcontinent, China, Japan, some part of the Siberia. This is full is the Pacific Ocean. Who owns the Pacific Ocean? That is the question. I was saying it. When I see China, the China mainly had two rivers, Yangtze River and Yellow River, and both river and there is a one more river. I am forgetting the name, and that is in the Manchuria province. I can say Manchuria River, very famous river in Manchuria. So Manchuria region of the China. So Arun River, some very good name is there. Manchuria River, I'll call it. Manchurian tigers are famous. They are also nowadays called Siberian tiger. But actually they are Manchurian tiger, not Siberian tiger. That is a false name. They are Manchurian tiger. So Manchuria River is there that go and meet the Pacific Ocean. Otherwise, Yangtze River and Yellow River in China. Otherwise, all the small rivers they go and meet the Pacific Ocean. Means China is a country that is along the Pacific Ocean because all the river in China they go and meet Pacific Ocean, including Manchuria River also. Okay, if that is the case, if I talk about Siberia, then Siberia, I believe the longest river they go and meet Arctic Ocean. So Siberia is more or less an Arctic country, Siberian country, not a Pacific country. If I take Australia, then we have you can watch our video. Australia belongs to which ocean? Then Australian river, maximum river, they go southward, means they go and meet the southern sea. That is more or less part of Indian Ocean. So Australia is more or less someone can say it is a we are saying any country belongs to which ocean? Its river go and meet which ocean. So Australia, the major river, they go and meet Indian Ocean or Southern Ocean. So Australia is not a Pacific Ocean country. Okay, if I talk about Southeast Asia that falls in Indian sub-ASEAN nation, Mekong River is the main river, and Mekong River it go as meet the South China Sea. South China Sea is in contention. Means the way where the Mekong River meet, it is a junction of Indian Ocean and Pacific Ocean. I can take it as a question mark. So Australia is not belong to Pacific Ocean. Okay, Asian nation more or less they do not belong to Pacific Ocean or they belong to both Indian Ocean, Pacific Ocean. China full belongs to Pacific Ocean, full. Japan full belongs to Pacific Ocean, that is for guarantee. Philippines belongs to full Pacific Ocean. Let's see the America. If we talk about Canada, then I heard something in written about the Canada. What are the river that flow in Canada? Okay, if I talk about the Canada, then river that flow in Canada is Mackenzie River, 4,241 kilometer, and it falls in Arctic Ocean, means eastward. It goes toward Atlantic Ocean, Arctic Ocean border. Nowhere it is part of Pacific Ocean. Yukon River that flows through Alaska, and it goes westward 3,185 kilometers, and it meets Bering Sea, more or less Arctic Ocean and Pacific Ocean border. Okay, Saint Lawrence River, 3,058 kilometers. It meets Atlantic Ocean. Nelson River, 2,575 kilometers. it meets Arctic Ocean. Slave River, it is Indooric River, it meets the Slave Lake. Columbia River, it meets the Pacific. Main river in Canada that meets the Pacific Ocean is the River. Otherwise, all rivers they go toward the eastward. If I talk about the United States, then United States the maximum part the river system is goes toward the Atlantic Ocean. Only the Colorado River and the Sacramento River in California they go and meet Pacific Ocean. Otherwise, it is full. So, United States is a more or less we can say we will talk more about it. It is a kind of Atlantic Ocean country. It is not a Pacific Ocean country. If I talk about the South America, then major river is Amazon and it meets the Atlantic Ocean, not the Pacific Ocean. Other river also they meet Atlantic Ocean. Western part of Southern America is Indies Mountain. So all rivers they start from Indies Mountain, they go and meet the Atlantic Ocean. More or less, if I talk about the Pacific Ocean, that Pacific Ocean, the country which contribute to the Pacific Ocean, the countries whose water, they come and meet the Pacific Ocean, which grows the Pacific Ocean, is China, Japan, and Philippines. If I add Mekong River also, then this side only, not the America. America belongs to Atlantic Ocean. Europe belongs to Atlantic Ocean and Africa belongs to Atlantic Ocean. Africa also do not belong to Indian Ocean the way it looks like. Okay, all African river major 80 to 90% they go and meet Atlantic Ocean only. From Congo River to Nile River to every river. There is a Congo River, there is a Nigerian river, Niger River, Niger, Congo, and then other river in South Africa also they go and meet Atlantic Ocean. More or less, Pacific Ocean belongs to China and Japan. Pacific Ocean, even though United States say that Pacific United States one side Pacific and one side Atlantic, and Southern America one side Pacific, one side Atlantic. Pacific Ocean belongs to China. Pacific Ocean belongs to Japan. And if I talk about the races, then Mongolite, Pacific Ocean belongs to Mongolite race. All along the Pacific Ocean, from the Alaska to Siberia, along the Pacific Ocean, Japan, Philippines, or the all the kind of Vietnam to China, or to the Canada, western part of the Canada, and western part of the United States also. All along people find Mongoloid race people. Somewhere it they called Inuit people, or I believe Eskimo or something like that. If I'm saying something wrong, please pardon me. Okay, Inuit people or something like that. But all are Mongoloid race. Means Pacific Ocean belongs to Mongoloid race. Pacific Ocean belongs to China and Japan. It does not belong to United States or Canada or Australia or India, any other country. But this is how God has made.